Now, the Big D and Bubba Weekly Podcast.
Big D and Bubba, they have a show 5 days a week, but they don't get to say everything that's on their mind, so they have an extra one, and that's how we get the podcast. The podcast.
The podcast.
Huh? Big D and Bubba's podcast. The podcast. The podcast.
Huh?
Big D and Bubba's podcast.
The series of the Huns, I love.
Yeah, we don't have a whole lot of Huns. We it's like there's a couple of them.
Huh?
That one and
Yeah.
yeah.
Oh, that's the only two we have?
Those are the only two. No, it's okay that we have a very large and prominent collection of. We collect OKs. What a bizarre life we have.
Oh, it's okays that I like. Okay.
Yeah, we have a ton of those.
I find myself occasionally quoting or having I have an earworm for a song, but I have it with our golds.
Huh?
I have the kid who goes, "Don't screw up."
Mm-hmm.
He's one of my favorites. I have the other one. The lady says, "If I stump you, do I get water park tickets?"
Don't screw it up.
Don't screw up.
And let me get Water Park.
I give it a ride.
If I stump you, can I get some water park tickets?
Pretty great.
So last night was so cool. We got to spend some time with Fluffy, Gabriel Iglesias, and it was so much fun, man. Great show. He had like 10,000 people. You know, I mean, imagine being a comedian and 10,000 people show up to see you tell jokes for 90 minutes or whatever.
Yeah. Well, for him, it's like he's so good at it.
I didn't realize that we've been doing we came onto the scene at basically the same time. We've been doing our show 28 years. He's been doing his comedy 27.
Oh, I didn't
Which
realize
is so funny that over the years our paths have crossed several times. He's been on the show several times, but yeah, it was just kind of like I didn't realize that we kind of came up at the same time.
Yeah. He's great, man. So funny, and we were talking behind the before the show with some of the guys one of the comedians opening up for him,
Matt Golightly,
and he was just like, he's so good at what he does. He doesn't have to have stuff written all out. He can just riff it. He can just stand up and just be funny.
and it's cool too because whenever he riffs it, Matt was telling us, he's like, yeah, I've been taking notes. He's like, I'll sit there and I'll watch the show. I'm like, oh, that's not part of the act, but that's funny. And so he writes it down and messages it to Gabriel so he can use it later in shows. He's like, hey, don't forget this joke. That was really good.
Yeah, it's a lot to it, man. I told Schaefer that I wanted to play a joke on you where you know what? Fluffy didn't want us to just introduce him. He wanted us to do 15 minutes.
Oh my gosh.
Said Bubba won't show up.
Yeah, man. Stand-up is crazy. That is a different world.
Yeah, it is.
I don't have that skill. I can't sit there and people can say, tell me a joke. I don't know a single joke off the top of my head, but there is one, but it's really terrible. So I can't tell it.
Is it dirty or just bad?
It's just bad.
What is it?
It's a dead baby joke.
Let's
Yeah, see what I mean?
Yeah.
But it's one that it sits on me.
Why did everybody have that book?
Yeah.
That's funnier than the joke.
Mm-hmm.
Well,
I know a
It's
joke,
a dead
one
baby
joke,
joke.
and it's a dead baby joke, so I can't ever tell it.
Does it reference a garbage can?
No.
Oh, that's the only dead baby.
All right,
Is
I'll
it
tell
the
you
Monty
I will tell you
Mommy?
I will tell you the joke, and it's terrible, and I'm going to preface it by, I didn't make this up. I heard it one day, and it's the only joke because it's so terrible that it just stuck with me. Do you want it or no?
I don't know. I
Let's
mean,
all vote.
You make me feel. I get
Garrett,
so
yay or nay?
uncomfortable.
Yay.
Of course, he's
Schaefer?
going to say yeah.
This is being live streamed too.
He's going to say no.
See what I mean?
Yeah, let's do it.
Carson?
No.
D?
No.
Oh, it's 50-50. What do I do?
Did we just leave the vote up to Bubba?
don't-
That's
no,
a
you
mistake.
don't
All right,
leave
all right.
any
Let's
vote up to
recast
me.
the let's recast the votes.
I say no.
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 All right.
Okay, so we have a quorum. We have enough. All the votes. We're
Sorry,
good.
Garrett.
Bubba's the funniest.
It's a terrible joke.
I
Podcast
don't tell
adjourned.
jokes. I just don't have jokes. I mean, I have one. Oh, was it? Is it bad? Yeah, it's just a bad joke. It's about a dead baby. Oh, wow. You should have done that on. You should have done that on stage last night. Hey, did you guys hear the one about?
Oh my God. 10,000 people. The odds of people who have had issues with their child would have been horrendous. And who knows? People listening to the podcast are mad just because I don't like the joke. I think it's a terrible joke, but it's the only one I know.
I'm just glad that your joke last night landed as well as it did, D.
Oh, Big D.
It really did.
We walked out on stage, and Big D's like, we saunter out, and people get excited because, that's the beginning of the show. And D walks out and says that we're...
I said, hey, man, welcome to the show. For those who are tourists or are visiting Nashville, I'm Jelly Roll. This is my wife, Bunny.
It scored. You did good.
If I had face tats, I bet I could get free food.
I have a joke. Can I tell you guys?
All right.
Yes,
ahead,
please.
Let's hear it. What's this have to do with dead grandparents?
No. It's more of a super funny Schaefer joke.
It's just like a...
Oh, a nice pun.
Cut from that cloth. What did the Buddhist say to the hot dog food truck service person?
I don't know. I love how clumsy the opening is.
Okay. All right. Hold on. Let's try this again. What is it? What's the joke?
What did the Buddhist say to the food truck hot dog person?
It changes every time he says it. What did he say, Garrett?
Can you make me one with everything?
Yeah.
I love that. I love that.
That's fun. That's fun.
Yeah, exactly.
I've got one that will make Carson scrunch your face up.
Oh, I love that.
What's the difference between Iron Man and Iron Woman?
What?
One's a superhero, the other one's a command.
Might as well tell that dead baby joke now, Bubba.
I'm not telling the bit.
You're off the hook.
Oh, thank you.
Yep.
That's right up there with all the dishwasher jokes.
Yep.
Yeah, jokes are. I don't know. What I like about Fluffy is that he's really not a jokey. He's not a
storyteller.
Yeah, storyteller. And it's the best kind.
I do like what
Chappelle's the same.
I like the way he comes out and prefaces everything. So he says in the beginning, and it's so true. People need to be able to separate hateful comments from humor and just busting on people. And he comes out and he's like, hey, look, I'm not here to offend anybody. If you're, basically saying if you're offended by it, it's you, not me. And and then we all have a good time and we laugh together. Yeah. And we laugh at some things that definitely they landed on my front porch. I'm like, that's cool. I can laugh about it. He's right, but it's true.
Yeah, I think everyone, it's just, hey, man, we're just trying to get through all this. It's just life. Take it easy. Don't. Some people
talk about it.
Forward to making it.
Talk about it all the time. People are literally the same across this entire country. And in many ways, in other countries as well, we're all still the same.
Yeah.
And, we're all looking for a couple basics. We're looking for love. We're looking for happiness. We're looking for a good life. And, we just need to find those common denominators and just go on with it.
What I loved with the crowd last night was when you looked at demographics, it was all across the board. It was great because, of course, Gabriel's known for, being a very successful Hispanic comic, but just saw different folks there last night. A lot of people that listened to our show as well. It was just a really good crowd.
Laughing together.
Yeah.
That's what it's all about.
Really
and that's kind of like the way...
It was a good vibe. It was a really good vibe to that show. Everybody was super chill.
Yeah.
It was cool.
And I think that's kind of the way we approach our thing, too. And I'm not trying to, toot our own horn, but... We're not here to offend. We're not here to whatever. Sometimes people do complain and they do get butthurt and whatnot, but it's never, remember this, if you hear us say something, especially aimed at any one of us, it's not about you. It's about us. Mm-hmm. So when we're making fun of us and you might have the same situation, don't be offended. Or, maybe look at your life and go, I'm doing something wrong. I mean, when you guys make fun of me for my dating woes,
well, your conspiracy theories.
Or the conspiracy
and
theories.
The aliens.
Oh, dude, there's some big alien stuff coming. That whole Las Vegas thing is nuts, and nobody's talking about it.
That's not true that nobody's talking about it. It's showing up on my aggregate on my phone.
Oh, finally.
It is
Well, because they're
was a
listening to
couple days
Bubba.
ago.
Your phone's listening to Bubba.
Yeah,
so.
if you don't know
what? You're not wrong.
If you don't know what we're talking about a year ago, there was
Here we
the
go.
Vegas thing. The cops, they've got it on like all these cameras. They see this flash of light. Boom, now all of a sudden there's aliens in the backyard at this house in Vegas. Then it disappears. Everybody's like, oh, okay, whatever. Goofy, weird. What are they trying to distract us from kind of thing? And then now they've had people who have tried to debunk the video where it shows these purported aliens on the video. And they're like, this is not messed up. This is not messed with or whatever they call it. It was not tinkered with. It's the original
Tampered.
video.
Just say tampered.
Tampered. That's
My
the
God.
word.
Jeez.
I like
Tinker
tinker.
Taylor.
Tinker's a cute word.
That's what my mom used to call our wee wee.
Huh?
Tinker.
the tinker.
And then moved to Oklahoma City, and there's Tinker Air Force Base, and they told me that's where they make them. I was in high school.
Did you believe, however?
That's pretty great. Yeah, what'd your mom call yours?
Ours
Anyone?
was a wee wee.
I think it's wee wee.
Wee wee? Garrett?
Pee-pee.
Yeah, probably that too.
It's not good. I don't know. Tinker's really bad.
I actually like Tinker better.
Yeah, it's
Tinker's,
a little.
it's
little
fun.
Yeah, a little funnier, which is
Yeah, I
fits,
think
which
that's
is
better.
perfect for me.
I didn't know if I was allowed to say mine
Oh, really?
on this show.
Oh, pee-pee?
Is that inappropriate? Like,
That's
since
just,
there's-
I mean, is it?
I don't know. I'm not offended, so there you go. It didn't bother me.
What did he say?
I mean,
was?
Carson didn't smack me after my joke earlier. So
It was
we're okay.
also wiener. We had wiener was one.
Oh, yeah. See, wiener was a bad word.
Wiener was. Wiener was a bad word. I got soap
Suck
in the
was
mouth.
a bad word, too.
Oh, suck. Yeah, I got in trouble because I called a kid a wiener, and then he went and told my parents, and they literally did the soap in the mouth thing, and I'm like, all I said was wiener. We say it all the time around here because you got kids and you make comments.
Yeah. Oh,
Yeah, I didn't
nowadays?
know. Soap in the mouth for the word wiener.
Would you get in trouble if you said it in the context of like a hot dog?
No.
See, that's where the logic is flawed.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, it just confuses a child.
Mm.
All right, this has been a good podcast.
Yep.
Yeah.
Anyway, I do want to apologize to Fluffy for not standing last night. So he, towards the end of the show, he was like, yeah, it's great hanging out. I love, one of the ways we do to promote the shows is we go and do radio and TV and all this stuff. And he's like, big shout out to Big D and Bubba. Where y'all at? Now, Big D had already
I couldn't hear him
left.
over my CPAP at my house.
Big D was already fast asleep by that point.
D left at 8:15.
Like, as soon as we got off the stage, Big D went straight to his truck and jumped in and was gone. And I'm sitting there with Frankie, my son, and like, he's like, Big D and Bubba. Anybody see Big D and Bubba? Crickets. And you hear murmur. Oh, did they already leave? Did Big D and Bubba leave? Where are Big D and Bubba? And I was like, I am not standing up by myself and going, I'm right here, fellas.
I don't know. I don't know that I could have just stood up either. I think it may be like a hey, all right, we're over here, yeah. But yeah, standing up, it's so good. It's like at church when people go, if you're new here, stand up.
Oh, it's the worst.
Oh, so I'm like, y'all have it wrong. You need to okay, if you're new here, don't stand up. Everyone else who is from here, stand up and go find the people who are sitting and introduce yourself.
Yes.
Which is also kind of weird. It is weird.
See, that was the other thing with church. It's like, hey, get up and introduce yourself and shake your neighbor's hand and all that. No. Well,
why don't you go ahead and grab the hand of the neighbor next to you there? I'm like, no.
Dude, I went to a new church recently, and I walked in. They must not have had anybody new in a long time. It was a very small congregation. I walked in, and like all eyes were like on me, and I'm like, oh, okay, I'm like, this is weird. They immediately swarmed me. Hello, new guy. My name is so-and-so. Just wanted to welcome you here and just let you know that we're very welcoming people and we're just accepting and welcoming.
It's the last time you went.
I'm like, I watch them online now.
Yeah.
I'm like,
it's a bit much. It's a bit much.
Howdy, neighbor. It's very, what's the guy, the neighbor for the Simpsons?
Ned
Flanders.
Very Ned Flanders.
Leo.
Yeah, and it was just, it's uncomfortable. Just let me go to church, hear the word, and go home. Like, that's all I want. And I also like, I have learned a trick. If you watch everybody goes to church for different things, and everybody likes different things about it. I don't like the music, and I'm saying that right now. It's such an unpopular
I feel like
opinion.
this is an episode of It's Always Sunny just about to break out.
Oh, I don't know. Did they do an episode on that?
You think they go to church? Yeah, the gang goes to church.
One time.
No, but then just saying about how the music's terrible.
I mean, they have bought it.
No, the music isn't terrible. The music is not terrible. I just, people holding their hands up and all that. I'm like, look, I understand you're moved, but I'm there. I don't dance. I don't do anything. So I just sit there. And I'm the only person.
You go to a church where they dance?
Well, not dance, but they're all hands up and swaying and singing along. And I don't know the lyrics to any song on the planet, much less the church songs, other than like.
They don't put them up on a screen or anything?
Sometimes.
Oh, okay.
Sometimes they do, but most of the time, no.
Yeah.
No?
Because you also
You don't have a
realize
hymnal?
that every praise and worship song is.
No, they do. It's not like the old days where they did the hymnals. It's like they have
screens.
They have
now.
a band and a screen.
I mean,
and-
mine still has hymnal.
Well, it's just.
But we're
weird.
also very uptight and waspy.
I
Or
learned.
nobody's putting a hand up, folks. Like, I'm not asking a question.
I have learned the time frame and the programming schedule now. So
The programming
yeah,
schedule.
yeah, it's 36 minutes into the service. The music ends and the preacher comes on.
So they should just give you a run of order then,
They
You've already
don't,
got
though. They don't, because they don't want to tell anybody that. So now I can sneak in.
They don't give you a bulletin?
The 35th minute. No, I don't know.
It's not about sneaking in. It's about fellowship and
That
congregation.
was like my job in church school was I had to fold the bulletins
Right.
every week. You guys
no.
don't have that? Wow.
They don't know. This is a very small
Tough time.
church.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
2024.
And, they're also like, who's.
I'm shocked they don't have an app.
The only time Bubba did put his hand up during church was to ask, "Is the music get better?"
The music was good. Dude, I mean, I went to church with Carrie Underwood for a while there, and the music at the church is crazy around here. Like crazy.
Yeah.
Who's that? Oh, I don't know. It's Tom Petty's band.
Well, that's the thing
that's
is
kinda
that
crazy.
you'll have
It's weird.
Easter or Christmas performances from people that are platinum selling artists.
yeah.
That
That's a
is
weird thing.
wild.
Yeah.
That's wild.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I always feel bad for any artist that goes to a church. They're always going to get asked.
Yep.
Would you like to
Always.
Every
sing?
time.
Hey, can
Hi,
you?
Scotty McCreery. Would you like to get up on stage?
And
Hello,
who's going to
Josh
go?
Turner.
No. And they're like, don't do it for the church, just do it for the Lord. And then you got them.
You
I went
can't
to
say no?
church-
Can't say no?
I was going to church and I would sit next to Brad Paisley almost every Sunday. And I was like, why is he not up there? I'm like, dude, you're Brad Paisley.
Well, that's probably why.
That's
I know.
why.
He doesn't-
I know. That's what I'm saying. That's
He just
so
wants to-
bizarre.
He just wants to go there and put
Well, on
his
the
hands
seventh
up.
day, he rested too.
Very nice.
Thank you.
Very, very nice.
Yeah, maybe he doesn't
Anyway,
get in there until the 36th minute either.
I was
mean,
going to say,
you know.
if you are one of those people like me and you would like to get back into church, but you don't like the music, you can watch them online usually and find out. You just get your timing down. Just watch 2 or 3 good services and go, okay, it's about the 34th, 35th minute, and then I can go in and I'm good. I'm just saying, whatever works for you is best. It's nice to at least get the word.
We had a bass players on stage at church, and the guy goes, "You hear who that is, right?" I'm like, "Nope." So that's what's the
Bootsy
guy?
Collins.
What's the guy? Who says, I can see you coming in the air.
Phil Collins?
Phil Collins, bass player. I was like, and he was up in age. He was this older
Like he was
guy.
in Genesis?
Yeah, I don't know.
Like
He
Phil's
could have
touring
been the
band,
solo.
Yeah, it could have been a touring guy.
But honestly, man, I don't. I think that's overkill. I don't think you need all that. I think you just need a guy who can kind of go boom, 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 boom.
You
And
just
like,
play
there's
the
a lot of people
basics.
can do that.
maybe. Yeah.
But some people just like, to kind of like give back.
All
or
we need
whatever.
is somebody that plays an organ.
I
We
couldn't.
don't get other instruments involved.
What
Like,
are
we-
you, Catholic?
United Church of Christ.
You-
We're but not like that's a different like we're not Church of Christ or United Church of Christ or like Protestant-ish. We're very Diet Coke, like no guilt, all fizz. So and so it's just like it's very but it just goes back to again, it's like here's the organist, here's your choir, and like it's no frills, man. It's no frills.
Yeah. So a lot of tradition.
Yes, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Like I had to go through my church in Connecticut to find the church here to make sure that I was not going to be at all shell shocked. in like, because again, y'all talking like bass players and guitarists, like, ooh, I don't. That's
Yeah, you're
that's
just-
where I get very turtly, and I'm like, ooh, I'm uncomfortable with this.
Okay. Yeah. I got it. So you like the
Yeah, I'm
tradition
just
of
very
it all.
used to traditional. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, we handle snakes at ours, but we actually our original we branched off from the church that did that. This is me growing up, not now, but my
Yeah.
church growing up. We're very close to it.
You're snake adjacent. You're
I gotta
like,
say,
right
man,
on the edge.
there was a couple of guys who
You're like salamander.
they're looking outside. What is this? A gecko?
I
Gila monster?
I totally just see people touching the iguana.
Yeah.
Lord, I'm sorry, God.
I just never got that.
10% or say 15% on your insurance.
I never got
Take
the
that 15% you saved and
and tithe it. I never got the whole, like, it's in the Bible of you can grab a serpent and
You'll be
you have
protected.
faith and you'll have, and then
Yeah.
I believe I'm kind of a bit over my skis here. An Appalachian beginning, I believe, in the mountains, and people would grab snakes and they would bite them and they would pray and they would be fine, and then sometimes they died, or their hand got really swollen and
they lost the use of it or whatever. Yeah.
yeah, it's just I was like, I don't. It also says don't test the Lord. I mean, that's in there, isn't it? So why don't we just kind of let it be?
Like that guy the other day, I saw a TikTok. He's like, there is no God. If there was a God, make it lightning right now. He goes, well, that's uncomfortable, or whatever. He's like, that changes things.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, don't test the Lord. You never know. Like I never go, well, may I be struck down right now? Could you imagine?
Nope.
No. Don't ever say stuff like that.
I'm watching. It's so neat to watch college baseball, and seeing the kids that your son used to play against, and good Lord, did we get robbed? Yeah, no, he caught it. And seeing the kids that we watch play, coming up and see them as these young kids is weird.
College players.
I'm seeing Coop. I'm like, what is this kid doing? He's got a facial hair.
You see the goofy 12-year-old turning into a goofy man.
That's right.
And then eventually he'll be out of there and on to hopefully the minors and maybe the majors. And that's kind of crazy, man.
It really is. There's a lot of stuff going on. I was into the softball tournaments kicking off too, man. I think it started. Didn't it start today or yesterday, Schaefer? The SEC softball.
Yeah, they had a
LSU
bunch
won.
of rain delays and stuff.
LSU had a
I think it started
14-inning game yesterday.
Oh, wow.
It's the longest in NCAA history.
Like time-wise?
For both, I think innings and elapsed time too.
Wow.
Yeah, but they won. Had a walk off.
No, that's always nice when you can win that way.
We've
Dramatic.
been winning. Yeah, we've been winning off walk offs for like the last 3 games. It's like, oh, God, let's Gunner's team.
Yeah,
it's like, hey, just kind of just get ahead a little.
The
bit.
Weevils, you can give them a shout out, man.
What's up, Weevils?
I saw that video of them like posting the sticker on the tournament board or whatever
Yeah.
to get moved up.
Yeah, they're pretty excited. Gunner said there's almost a fight in I forget which game it was. They advanced into the championship and in Little Rock, and he said, "I go, yes, congrats! I saw everyone's running out to the outfield to get the guy who hit the walk off, and he goes, oh my gosh, he goes, I thought it was going to go down. Really? He goes, oh yeah. They were all lining up because they're on their field and kind of being disrespectful.
Their home turf.
Yeah. And,
oh, he spiked the ball on the star.
right, they're smoking Auburn smoking cigars on LSU's field kind of deal.
Yeah.
But he's like, yeah, I thought that was it, man. We're going to go throwing hands. I'm like, please do not. Please don't.
I'm surprised that baseball players, there's so many bats around.
Yeah.
It's
well, I think that's a felony.
I know why. But I'm saying there's a lot of restraint there. Nice. I mean, baseball players have a lot of restraint. Sure, you get mad when somebody, beans you, but you're the batter. You have a bat in your hand. The pitcher throws a ball at your head. The first thing you do is throw the bat down and then charge the mound. I'm like, that's a good thing.
Did you see the other day? There was a guy who they were trying to. I forget what they were doing. They weren't getting the calls they wanted from the ump, and so they had the catcher move up so that it presented differently in the pitch into the zone. But he got so close that when the batter swung, he just crushed his arm. I mean, just as hard as he could with his bat.
On purpose? Or?
No, he was too close.
Yeah.
He was interfering with the batter, and the catcher had to come out of the game. I think he went to the hospital.
Probably, broke his hand off.
It was
Broke his hand off.
It would be crazy.
Probably broke his hand off. Look, the glove went flying.
I had growing up, there was in Cookeville a guy who played for the Cookeville High School football team. He had a fake foot, an artificial foot, and he would sometimes when he was a receiver, a running back, and he was running down the field, and sometimes his foot would come off.
Oh wow!
And you didn't know it by looking that he didn't have it wasn't a real foot until it comes off, and to see the other players freak out when they see a foot flying off of a human.
That's nuts, man.
And he's over there and he's
awesome
going,
that
I
he
need
was
no, Phillips head. It was
That's the best. Man, that's awesome.
that's pretty good.
Somebody sent a joke in. Ashley said, what do you call a blonde that dyes her hair? Artificial intelligence.
That's not bad.
That's way better than my joke.
Well, we really never got to your joke.
Yeah,
but
we never heard
but we
the
already
joke.
know it's better.
It's way better.
It
I'm
is
just saying, way better. So thank you. And for those of you who watched on the live, don't forget there's a lot of great ways to catch the podcast. We have the live version. We do the stream on YouTube. Also, you can use our app, our Big D and Bubba app, which is free. And you can catch the podcast there. You can also listen to the live show.
You said
on the
your
radio.
joke was about a dead baby. Oh my gosh, that's the most Bubba thing ever.
It's not one I did on purpose, though.
It's so great. Well, I'll have one. Is it bad? Yeah, it's about a dead baby. Yeah, well, how about that?
How about that?
How about that?
All right. Are we about done?
I got baseball to watch.
Okay. Have a great Mother's Day. Be nice to your moms. Don't forget
Will you
your
text me
moms.
the joke?
Yeah, I'll tell you whenever we get off.
Okay.
We'll do the jingle as soon as the jingle is done. I will tell you the joke.
Okay.
All right. So
All right. I can't wait. Hit the jingle. I want to hear the joke.
This was the podcast, but now it's over. That's
all
okay.
right.
You can listen
for
to
the
the
best,
regular
actually.
show on the radio every day.
I got a
The
joke.
podcast.